Hi, I'm Leather Rock. Welcome to my channel. If you can't smell this, but I'm actually cooking turkey burgers. And I wasn't planning on making a cooking video, but I did something really different with them. I'm going to show you a little bit of, you can't tell what I put in them, but I actually found, did you know that there is such a thing as beef bacon? Well, I have found some bacon and I defrosted it, figuring I would crumble some bacon and add it to the turkey, because ground turkey doesn't really have a whole lot of flavor by itself. And I found out that this wasn't pork bacon, it was beef bacon. Now, I have no problems with pork, I love pork. But I thawed out some bacon and I crumbled it and I added some to the ground the ground turkey. Oh, I didn't realize I left the water running. And I'm going to crumble some red pepper flakes and some thyme, and I'm going to imagine that they're going I'm balancing this on the coffee maker, and I have to be really careful because if I don't have it balanced right, it's going to fall down. But I also don't want to give a bad view because this is the kitchen, and the kitchen is, well, it is what it is. Oh, please don't fall, whatever you do. Okay, but I am going to take some, where's the time? The time, by the way, is 11:26 p.m. And even, now this is not, the time it says here, this is not store-bought time. This is actually time from my garden. This is from the purple creeping thyme. And I'm going to crumble this on top of the burgers. And I also included the blood from the thawing out turkey and the thawing out bacon. I love what blood adds to cooking meat. It just, plus I think it's good for you. And now, I don't know if you knew this or not, but whenever you're cooking turkey, because it tends to not have enough fat, it's always important to add oil to the pan first, even though there's also oil from the rendering of the bacon. It helps to keep things from sticking to the pan. Oh, this is what it looks like before it's cooked. When they're half raw, they're not the most appetizing looking things. And another thing, they can fall apart because ground turkey doesn't have the kind of texture that ground beef and ground pork have. I noticed it feels very, very, so extremely ground that it doesn't seem to have much texture to it. And that, now one thing I have done to add to ground meat mixtures, if you can get a hold of some textured vegetable protein, TVP, it comes dry. It looks like dry ground beef actually, but it's made from soy products. And it needs to be reconstituted first in warm water for a while, and then you soak out the excess water, and I like to add that to my ground meat mixture. Now, I don't want to wear the fat. I'm going to put this back on the fire. And I also seasoned it with real Lee and Perrins Worcestershire sauce. So, this is the packaging on the beef bacon. I've never seen beef bacon in my life before today. This is the company Godshall's beef bacon, and I have no idea what store sold it, but this is what the ground turkey looked like. It said Big Daddy Foods mechanically separated turkey, and it's a little 1 pound package, but the bacon was in a 12-ounce package. Remember when bacon used to be like coffee? It was always in pound packages, but yeah, smaller packaging now. I'm going to put this back in the fridge, and I have to allow the burgers to cook. Mm. You know what? That wasn't turned on all the way. That was good. Oh, I'm so glad things have quieted down. We had a real loud, noisy Spanish church downstairs. My God, I'm expecting my father to ring my doorbell, and my dad's been dead over 16 years. When you're loud enough to wake the dead, you're loud. Oh, this is gonna... and I love the look of the blood. That gives extra flavor. We have lots of fresh onions. My mom sliced up the biggest one, so these burgers are going to have fresh onion slices, and this is what I'm going to use for rolls. I love our clean new refrigerator. It is just, I've never had a refrigerator that nice before. We're going to use Everything Bagels. Now these are Thomas's bagels, which are not my favorite bagel brand by any long stretch of the imagination. They're soft and squishy. I grew up with Lender's frozen bagels, and they're about almost half the size, much smaller, and they come in a tube kind of bag like this, and they're already cut, and we put them in a toaster oven. Anybody that doesn't have a toaster oven, that's such an indispensable kitchen appliance. A toaster oven is very important, and a rice steamer is very important. And of course a coffee maker, unless you don't drink coffee, and I can't imagine a life without coffee. But this is what we're going to put our burgers on. I've got more herbs and spices in here, and the red pepper flakes. Turn on fire. Oh, it's smelling good. Mmm. You know, one thing I've finally gotten accustomed to, when you live with cats, they tend to get underfoot when you're cooking. And Tabby Boy would be at my feet, and Cassie would be meowing and meowing and meowing, and she would be so predatory. And it got to the point where sometimes when we were cooking, we had to put them in a room or have it so that they wouldn't get underfoot. And you know what? They're not around and they're not doing that. And I'm not saying I've gotten used to it, but we still see them sometimes out of the corner of our eyes. All of us have seen the cats. So, with turkey, just like with chicken, it's really important to cook things thoroughly. So I'm going to make sure that these are really well done. And I tend to prefer my meats fairly well done anyway. I don't like things mooing, even though when it comes to my fish, I'm a sushi person, so I love my raw fish. Oh. And it's been a while since I've had sushi. Don't get me started. That's like, you know, would have liked to have had that for my birthday, but I've already talked to you guys about how hard it is to find Asian restaurants that are open late enough. It's something we really need around here. Okay, I'm going to, you know what, I guess I can wait until it's actually cooked, but let me put some of these in the toaster oven to warm. Unless my mother wants hers on something else, but, because actually we have these. Okay, I have to be very careful because the toaster oven is right behind the coffee maker. And, we have another kind of bread, which would also be good for this. It is, I guess it's put out by Arnold, judging by the wrapper. And it says plant protein with 9 grams of protein, sprouted wheat, pea protein, and chickpea flour. And yeah, each slice is supposed to have 9 grams of protein and 19 grams of whole grains and 5 grams of fiber. And the calorie count on this is 180 calories for a 2-slice serving. I already helped myself to the heel because the heel is my favorite part of bread. I don't like squishy bread, and this actually has some nice texture to it. In case my mother wants this, I think she might. I'll show you what this bread looks like. You can see it's pretty small slices, and it is kind of on the soft side, but it has nuts and seeds in it, and they give it texture. So I'm gonna put these in this toaster oven. Toaster ovens are so much better than toasters in my opinion because you can do so much more with them. And actually it's better the less bells and whistles they have, because if you have a whole bunch of switches and things, the more things you have, moving parts, the more things that can go wrong. But Aunt Joan gave this to us a couple years before she died, and we're using the hell out of it. I'm going to toast these things here, and let's take a look at the burgers. I'm going to show these to my mother. I will be right back. Want to take a look at these? Alright, met with my mother's approval. Yay. Oh, and no, I'm not going to ask her about the stuff. I'm just going to toast it. So there you have it. Turkey burgers with bacon, with beef bacon for the seasoning. I never heard of such a thing before, but I definitely wanted to give more flavor than what you usually seem to get out of turkey. And with the sliced raw onion, where's the onions? Oh, I'm trying not to have you see all the dirty dishes, but, if anybody wants to be my dishwashing slave, hit me up. I can't find she must have the onions in the bedroom. You see, you can't leave anything unattended unless you're watching it, because the mice and etc., etc. But mice don't eat onions, by the way. For real. Anybody watching me have mice? The onions are here. Mice won't touch them. Now, you got potatoes, you got beets, any kind of potatoes, sweet potatoes, regular potatoes. The mice will go after them, but they don't seem to bother onions. Alright, these are about done. I will talk to you guys in a couple of days. Talk about what? I have no idea. Happy New Year, by the way. Bye.